I read some articles on you, Richard, and you said a great thing. Like you were an assistant cameraman to Gordon Willis, who
Yes.
is a legend. Did both Godfathers. We talk about that. Did Annie Hall, Manhattan for our listeners, and all the President's Men. I think from
Oh, he had a
1970.
great run in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, like he had 39 Academy Award nominations from all his movies within like 6 or 7 years,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable. And you worked as assistant, and you were saying, like someone said to you, was he your mentor? And you said, nah, these guys don't mentor. It does, it doesn't go that way. And it was such, you got to watch him. And it was such an honest and true talk about that statement.
Yeah, the old timers, as we might call them now, they were a different breed. And today things are much more loosey-goosey on a certain level. I mean, you haven't lived until you've been on a set in the morning and a 20-year-old PA will come up to you and say, "Hey, dude, how you doing?" I'm fine, man. How are you? You know, I'm not insulted, but I think to myself, if I had said that to Gordon Willis or Michael Chapman or Laszlo Kovacs or any of those guys back in that era, John Alonzo, you would have been run out of there in the next 2 seconds. Your head would spin. It's just there was a great remove. I often liken it was similar to like almost working for your father. There's a little bit of I get it, respect, a little remove, and you couldn't just go charging up with questions or observations. You could throw it out there. You'd had to pick your moment. You had to
Yeah,
pick your moment, and then they could be very expansive and very accommodating about it. But under the context of on the job, we're here to do the job. You know, we're not running a school. We're not doing this or that. We're here to be on the job, which was its own reward because if you had any wits about you and paid attention, there was a lot to learn. A lot to learn. Just keep your mouth shut and your ears open. And with Gordon, there was no prevaricating. Once a decision was made, that was pretty much chiseled in stone, unless something really, really fouled up in the interim. So you'd mark off a scene and have all your camera positions and a piece of tape on the floor with the lens and the height of the camera, and you just light them up. He would block it out with the director. They'd agree on the shots that they need for the scene, send the actors off, bring in the stand-ins, light it, and then it might take an appreciable amount of time, a few hours in some cases, to light it. But once you brought the actors back in to do it, everything was pretty much prepped to just go, 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 go. Maybe a small adjustment, and you'd knock out the work in less time than ordinarily you would. Um, so once something was set, the camera's set, it's loaded, there's film in the magazine, the lens is on the camera. You pull up an Apple box and just sit there and watch. Just watch.